I played the intro before, the music before the intro.
Gotcha.
I gotta move us back onto the screen here. Okay, we're back on the screen. Yeah, I gotta manually switch these on this software package that I'm streaming from.
Oh, here, I can do it.
No, you can't.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's where I'm going out from here, to my YouTube channel. But no, it's going. I just gotta prepare screens ahead of time and then do it. Oh, by the way, hi, I'm Dan Lutz, and I'm here with Tank, and we're here on the front lines.
Hey, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to the front lines.
Yeah, well,
what's going on, man?
We've entered space with Space Force Command. So now we can say Galactic Unicorn. This is Space Force Command.
The Galactic Unicorn. Yes, hopefully they will create a peaceful relationship with the unicorn people. Should be very exciting.
Well, they're so cute.
Yeah. Well, I think it's very telling, don't you think, being that Kim apparently has the Earth for the first time, right, is equally represented on the Galactic Universal Council or whatever. So I'd say that's probably goes hand in hand with Trump authorizing the space defense, whatever. Would you?
I do think that there is a relationship between the beginning of disclosure, this step of actually saying, "Hey, we're in space." By the way, since we've been absent publicly for 30 years, since the space shuttles really stopped flying, right, and the crash of the International Space Station.
Right.
So what is the purpose of doing the Space Command right now? Is obviously that we are going to be now talking about space and what's going on in space and what we're doing in space. And he mentioned the battles already that are underway in space with China trying to take control of different aspects of the space envelope for orbits, right?
Yeah. Well, I think that you'll just start to get amazing pictures from outer space after a while, right? Like you'll have an astronaut doing a selfie, and in the background, you're gonna see a ship that's flying by, and you're like, wait a minute.
No, there'll be an alien outside doing a photo bomb.
They're like, ah, South Martian, what? I love it. That's fun.
Well, this Martian base that I don't. Have you seen the photos for the Martian base?
I've seen many photos from Martian bases, but from the Mars, there's several.
It's definitely from a satellite. It looked like a Google Earth type image, but for Mars. But you can see satellite dishes and the roads and this and it's and it
Wow.
came, yeah, it came from, and I actually downloaded the. They said here, go download it here off of NASA's site, and so
Oh,
the
NASA showing it?
yeah, it was. I took. Well, they originally were showing it from there. Whether it was like a leaked image, because someone in NASA just let this one slide through, and then I downloaded it, but took it off offline storage because it, this is something that they wouldn't want to have out there. But we already
I mean,
have bases there, right? We've got people there.
yeah, I
How?
mean, there's a million images. Like, there's all types of stuff that shows them there.
Well, this is
You know,
this is our base, right? So it's not a it's like not an old pyramid structure or anything like that.
right? Oh, very interesting.
Uh, but
Very true.
I've been following it since the days of Enterprise mission from Hoagland, right?
Oh, right, right.
So
No, he's got great insight on it too.
yeah, and some of the images that they put up, the glass tubes, what as you can see that they're literally there's glass tubes, huge, 40-foot diameter, uh, tubes of glass with ribbing, going across
Wow.
that you can see, and they're like pipes that kind of reminds you of, and you have you have a washer and dryer, your dryer exhaust pipe. It's kind of like
Right.
this slinky with a skin around it. So if
Sure.
you just took a bunch of those and put them going down into a hole, right? They kind of have a little of a snaky appearance as they go down into a hole. So they've got like 3 of these tubes going down into one hole, and they other places where it shows up as though this was carrying water maybe, or it's transportation, um, either from the past or current. Don't know.
There's some pretty amazing stuff, actually. I mean, like, I'm amazed at how many things there actually is on, you know, I mean, on this, um, like, like, all these photos are from, something from Mars. Well, not this one.
Not that one.
Well, like, some of this stuff is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Well, this one just artistic rendering.
Right.
But you got to think at some point our reality has got to meet our reality. Like, it's got to be a time where we're not just hiding things anymore, and we're actually showing what things are. Like, I mean, I don't know if you saw that. Remember that video of like that big, I don't know what it was. See, this must have been a good one because they blocked it, right?
Right.
So,
So when you have a
yeah,
good when you find something that's really like, oh my goodness, I just had one of those sent to me, which was it looked like bodies hanging on meat hooks. It was said to be
oh my gosh, Where?
Hong Kong protesters hanging in this, and the video was gone, right? But the tweet, was gone. The video was gone from the site. But when you see things like that, you need to record it on your own local device, right?
always, yeah.
So you can have a record, and then take it offline to offline storage.
Oh, that must have been a good one. Darn, look at that. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like 30 members of my team pull all the Google files from Project Veritas,
Yeah.
right away. Because I was like, we need to make sure that stuff doesn't get lost.
Okay,
and don't manipulate it.
go back one. That one like that. It kind of looks like that kind of a photo from overhead, and you can zoom in like this on, and it was on Mars. But much more sophisticated buildings than those, though, with a big.
Yeah, this is pretty basic. I think this is like Texas. It doesn't like Mars.
Well, but I was just giving an example of what it kind of looks like.
Yeah.
For what.
No, I get it. Yeah, sure. Well, there's that one guy. I mean, he's shown all types of stuff from inside the bases and all types of stuff. I mean, there's really incredible. I mean, I have some pictures of guys from Max Spears, like when they jumped, because they would do jumps to Mars, right?
Yeah.
So I have pictures of them in their jumpsuits to Mars. You know?
Well, there was a website. It's gone, but I used to use it as reference and showed people, a lot of people, how, really the stuff on Mars, the face on Mars, and the other pyramid structures were 100% created structures, not naturally occurring. And what it showed was from the face on Mars. If you went southeast from there, where the pyramids line up, there's four of them in basically forming basically an X pattern, right? And that,
Right.
But if you take that as a center and you draw a line along in the direction of the equator of Mars, straight across, you actually get to another structure that is it kind of looks like a V. And if you measure that actual angle, that angle represents an arc that would represent Mars itself. The distance from that X, where the four pyramids are, to where that 1 degree arc is, represents the size of Mars.
Wow. Okay.
And then if you follow the face on Mars, and there's another sort of face on Mars, that they actually are in the positions in relation to where this, if you want to represent a sphere, you can do it with a point and an arc, a 1 degree arc.
Right.
Right?
Sure.
But if you follow to where the face on Mars, there's another position of this other sort of face. Doesn't look like it. But those match where by actual geometry and spatial, scaled down, but the moons of Mars.
Wow. Really?
So it was very well done, and so it's like, this is like a no-brainer. Anyone that looked at this would say, well, obviously that was created. It's not, this is just mathematics and geometry. And
Right.
And this wouldn't be natural. I mean, it's astronomical odds that it was naturally occurring, right? It's impossible other than it was created. So,
Yeah.
but that site is gone. And gone for a long time. Probably, I've used that site probably when in the mid-90s.
Well, I think it's is it Patty Broussard, right? That actually designed a lot of the satellites, the real satellite grid, right? And back in the day when the internet was just up and rocking, right? He would take people, right? Like they could go online, tune in, and he would take them in and show them things that were going on in space, like to see the battles that were taking place live. They were actually happening, right? Like, so this is like, I don't know, 15 years ago or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was showing them this, and he showed there's all types of amazing pictures from inside the actual bases on Mars, and he describes this stuff like it's nothing, like, but he's been doing it forever. So that and all that stuff is buried, like you can't find it anywhere. But I have a bunch of friends who say you wouldn't believe this. We used to go in and watch these things directly in space from the set, because he designed a lot of these satellites, so he had direct imaging all over the universe. Pretty amazing.
Yeah. So that's why getting the Space Force. The Space Command, established is really a very good first step to have the platform to disclose this information.
Well, right, and you know what else? I think it's very timely. You can really see the synchronicity with Kim and the president, because Kim is the ambassador for the planet, right? And the base, the draconian base on the dark side of the moon, was just recently destroyed, right? So that would mean that you need a space force that's represented by humans, because you're getting rid of this scourge that was, able to vaporize people and stuff like that,
right,
from space. So it's pretty exciting. And obviously we need it. We're being attacked from space, right? I
Right.
mean, the wildfires and all types of places. They can just take people out one at a time if they wanted.
Right. Right. Exactly. Yeah. But we're on the path to really do that. So that's the good news. You know. I, I wish we're at this point where we can start our funding and we can have our go start rolling with this. Uh, my, I'm just looking at the world stage. We have countries coming on board with Trump. Italy, is now coming on board. We have Japan. We have the UK. And this line has been drawn, and who's on what side? North Korea, now Iran. Who knows what's going to happen with Iran? But the steps taken towards peace. So all these things are in motion, but it just takes so much time. And though we want things to happen right away, it just doesn't happen as fast as we want, because they really need to wake up everybody. And if they don't wake up everyone slowly and painfully painfully slow, there will be such chaos that the cabal could then wrestle control back away, because they want war, they want the conflict. It's in peace that we can build everything and have everything work out towards, we've defeated them completely, and to be able to drain the swamp completely. So, like this, what's happening with Comey. He's a report has come out, and now he's out there going, na 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 na, I'm not in jail. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to even see for himself the danger that's coming. But he's out there now, still out there saying, "Oh, look, well, they said that that I shouldn't have done those things, but still I'm not being prosecuted." Right. So
Right.
but this is still getting set up where people now know Comey was wrong, and how long does it have to sit in the consciousness of the people before the next step can be taken with Comey to say, okay, now he's being prosecuted? Is that like 3 days? Is it 3 weeks? It's this slow drip of information coming out, and
Right.
And I know if Tank was president, Tank would be able to, declare martial law, pick up all of these people and throw them all in jail, and that would be that we'd be done.
No, we should all not at all. This
Okay,
is a brilliant plan, right? So if it takes another month, right, I'm going to stop measuring time in days, because I think that's ridiculous. We'll measure it in the body count. So 510,043 kids will die from starvation in the next 31 days while we draw out the plan. Mm-hmm. So that we can wake people up. What will wake people up? Start taking those starving kids and set them on the front doorstep. That'll wake people up. Okay. You're right. My plan would definitely be different.
Yes, your plan would be different.
Because I value human life more than I do looking good in public.
Well, and on the point of human life, what would happen if we went forward with this very, very quickly? Mass arrests and everything. It would cause so much upheaval in society that things could stop moving, such as food on trucks, electricity, and would more people die that way than this way? You know what? Here's
how I know that's not true. Okay, here's how I know that's not true. The banks are on the verge of absolute collapse right now, and the world's still going. The Clintons have a body count of about 100 people that we know about, with anybody who's directly connected to anything that looks at the Clintons. And you know what? They take those people out. You know what happens? Nothing.
Oh,
no one even cares.
And The contracts for the GCR are going to be out on Monday, just so you know.
Hallelujah! Finally, it's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, I can feel it in the air. It must be the GCR.
Yeah, I got the call.
Look, I'll tell you what we can do.
Yes.
I'll take all that. Let us have money that's real to begin funding projects, right? And as we're rising up and actually funding projects, actually doing work, and we isolate completely the cabal, as we're rising up, they're falling down. And there's an option that's there. Trump has had the ability to do that for a year.
Yes.
For a year, he could have made sure that money got back. That wouldn't have brought down, people's poor, fragile mindset. What'll happen? Truck drivers will stop driving. No, they won't. No one will stop doing anything. You can continue to tell them the same lies and piecemeal it out to them while we begin to set the structure up to change the world, right? And as that happens, there'll be new jobs available. And as people see, oh my God, there's options to this slave job that I hate. Like, people will wake up and blossom like flowers everywhere. Rainbows will fall from the sky. Unicorns will come back around, and fairies will show up out of nowhere. It'll be freaking magic. That's how easy it is. The bullshit of trying to maintain the cabal consciousness matrix is nonsense. It doesn't help anybody. That is a GCR psyops they've been feeding everybody all this time. If you want to ease people into it, all you're doing is dragging them through the sins and crimes that have happened at their expense that they allowed, that all of us allowed.
Right.
It is not waking people up. It is torturing them. Matter of fact, it's keeping them down. It's maintaining a low frequency of sadness and fear.
So the people are sound asleep, in their bed, and you walk over to them very quietly, unbutton their shirt, and put the paddles for the electroshock on their chest. Go, yeah, they're going to wake up, and they're going to freak out.
The ship's going down.
I know.
Throw some water in their face. Get up. It's time to go.
Well, I get it, but this is the water though. This is the slow drip, and it's going to take.
It's the water. When that giant evil son of a bitch Comey can go online like, oh, I told you I wasn't going to. Are you kidding me? Go break that dude's knees. Like, quit messing around already. Go take him out. Look, you don't have to arrest him. Just go take him out. He is guilty of treason. Somebody in the Pentagon, go kill that dude before he kills anybody else. He is a menace to society and all mankind. Hillary Clinton is a menace. You've allowed these people to go on raping and killing and murdering people nonstop all the time. Why are we still saying, let's just keep it PC? FPC. Let's keep it real for a minute. Let's just be real for a minute. Like, enough. Why do we pander to people that have enslaved us? What are we talking about? This is a damn uprising. Rise up.
It's a war, yeah.
Then make it a war. It's not a war of witty words and clever tactics that we play out in social media as we say, oh, it's coming, the storm is upon us. Like, enough. Enough with the storm. If I hear one more time, the storm is here, do something about it. Now all you're doing is showing me how much you don't do. You've exposed their crimes. You've brought out a mountain of evidence. If any of this evidence was on you or me, Dan, you know where we'd be right now? We'd be fighting off. We'd be somebody's girlfriend in prison already. Wouldn't it be a question? What are they doing? They're walking around, running their mouth on Facebook and Twitter. This is the plan? I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
Great plan. In the end, do the bad guys win too?
No, actually.
Off, hey,
no.
One more twist.
No,
you don't actually win.
No. We win. We win in the plan. We win in reality.
Well, maybe we do. Because here's what I would say. Here's the plan I know. I know that the cabal is very willing and loyal to their God to make all types of sacrifices. take their soul out of that body, put it in somebody else's body. I know that the Clintons were built up to be the villains,
Right.
and the Bushes, so they were willing to make that sacrifice.
Right.
Right? Anybody loyal to them, they were all part of the same clique.
Right.
So what are you seeing happen? That exact thing. That was the plan since the 70s.
Right. And that,
So
and it's
no,
not,
that's the evil plan. That was their plan, the Cabal's plan. See, in the Cabal's plan, they built up the villains on one side, and then the
heroes.
the righteous in the east, right?
Yeah.
So I know that's not working, by the way, because obviously they're villainizing China as well, right?
Right. So now the difference is that the hero is in Trump, and the lines have been drawn, and the ones that have changed allegiance or at least decided that, hey, we'll show up behind you and get in line and stand up and rise up. That list is growing, right? All the countries that want to basically go behind where Trump is leading. The dismantling of what's going on with China. I don't think that there was ever going to be a trade deal from Trump's side. I think that was just the setting the stage to show people where that, hey, China can't be trusted. Look, they were nigged on buying corn, and now who bought the corn? Well, Japan. Our ally. So Japan bought the corn, and so who do we do a deal with? Yes.
Yeah, free trade.
Yeah, and and it's not bilateral. It's it's not. Is it? The free trade is really about everyone acting in unison in one, in which in the morass they can squeeze out their agenda. But when you do have the one-on-one agreements like U.S. to Canada, U.S. to Mexico. This agreement is going to save jobs in America where the customers are, right? So they want access to the market, right? But they can't, destroy the people along the way from being able to have wealth, right? Rob the wealth from the country, so then there are no customers there. So this progression of destroying as a parasite does, suck dry the body until there's nothing left and move to the next, and that's what's been going on. Now we have a dewormer in Trump. Trump is a government has extracted all of the parasites from, is in the process of extracting, and it takes time. Give time for the dewormer to work, Tank. Oh, you did. Maybe received a call. Anyway, we see that there is going to be a lot of.
No, I'm here. Listen, all of that stuff can happen while people around the world who have these incredible projects, incredible innovation, incredible integrity are moving forward. While the real dreamers, imagineers, the inventors, the people that have spent their whole life creating and healing and coming up with amazing ways to change the world, while the rest of the world's consciousness is waking up slowly and gently as soft music plays in the background and they're shaking up saying, hey, guess what? Nothing's what you thought, right? The sky is pink, grass is blue, that's fine. Wake them up slowly. Do that. How about this? How about while they're waking up, we will go and build the world that they always dreamed about, that all of us dream about.
Yes, let's do that.
Take your time. President Trump, you can take as long as you want. We'll elect you for the next 100 years, and you can do that. That's fine with me. Go for it. In the meantime, pay the fees back to the trust. Get my people working. I don't even care. All those people can wake up. Everybody who wants to stay there. My people, the 1,000 or so projects that we have that are ready to go today, all of our people, our collective group of people that want to be inspired and move our people, get us moving. Because I don't care whose people aren't ready. My people, they're ready. All of them.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. So President Trump, here, pass it on to him. I'm tired of looking for clues in what he's saying. What's the secret message? Did he say this? I heard he mentioned gold. You know what this is? I get it. Executive orders, lots of stuff. You know what? Money talks. And right now, in this state of the world that we're in, if you are going to allow these jokers to push around money, and if we finally got them in a place where their money is diminished, give us money so we can stand on equal ground, face our oppressors, and let's see what can happen. You don't have to beat them up anymore. Give them to me just the way they are. Just the way they are. I'll take them right here. Give me the same that they have. I don't need more. Give me the same. Matter of fact, I'll take less. I'll take any one of the people in our network, any of them, and you give them a tenth of what's been given to our opponent, and I'll take our people every time.
Right. Well,
every time.
We're creative. We can go out and make things. We can create. You know, I was perusing our chat room here. I got a couple of things to share. There's now 115,000 sealed indictments. I haven't checked recently, but
oh my gosh! Thank God.
Yeah. Well,
thank God. Whoever seals those indictments must be exhausted.
They're exhausted. But that's kind of the point I was going to bring up is that there literally is the same amount, roughly between 5,000 to 6,000 sealed indictments coming out every month. This is the sign of a machine, or say that not quite a machine, but the mechanics of an operation, right? They have a capacity. Let's say if you increase their budget by 100%, doubled their budget, would we have 10,000 sealed indictments coming every month, or would it result in 6,000 or 7,000, something like that? So this mechanics is that there is an operation underway, and they have a certain capacity, and that's what we're seeing. And I would say we're going to see this continue until those numbers drop per month. When it starts dropping, like to 3,000 sealed indictments a month, 1,000 sealed indictments a month, 100 sealed indictments a month, well, that's when they're going to now start unsealing and going the other way. It's just the process of the machinery of setting up
the cabal delay. What you're describing is the very well-crafted, ingenious delay machine. It's called attorneys. What they do is, what we're going to do, okay, look, here's how we're going to keep the peasants satiated while we kill them. Here's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to keep telling them look, we already have 4,000 sealed indictments. Next month we talk, there's 6,000 sealed indictments. How long have they been talking about sealed indictments? At least 5 years. At least 5 years. They've been stacking up sealed indictments. Now, in what universe does it make sense that this is the master plan, and the sealed indictments are wonderful, right? Wonderful, magical game. Now, here's the plan, right? You've got this whole white hat plan. Right. Now, I talked to the white hats. Okay, I know the Pentagon, right? I was getting information directly from Dunford, and Maddox, the CIA, very high level, retired CIA spooks, all types of crazy people that I would talk to, right? And I would match their information, and you know what? They were all saying the same thing. That's part of the reason why Kim contacted me, because my military intel was so accurate, and it was the same intel she was getting directly from the ground. So she knew the intel I was getting was right. So when we first started talking, she would give me intel above that, and I would give it back to the military. And I was right. She was right every single time. So now here's the secret, though, right? So in their master plan, they were talking about sealed indictments. And to have these sealed indictments, what they were going to do is it was going to be, Michael Cottrell talks about this, there's going to be millions of arrests. It's just all going to go down. It's going to be chaos. And there's going to be the good guys military are going to be driving through the streets with flags, and it's going to be a celebration. But the reality is, the same military they ended up being the ones trying to stop everything from happening. It took a whole year and a half just to get them to realize that the woman you're trying to kill And the people you were working for are the only people fighting for your freedom, right? Kim was the only one fighting for your freedom. You're working for the bad guys trying to kill all of us. So in the master plan, that definitely existed. So think about it. So now you're stealing indictments. You got all these people building up, right? So in any tactical plan, I would love to talk to any general who would say, yeah, the best way to do it is to find everybody, while they're kicking our ass, right? While they're starving out our people at the expense of all the people. While that's happening, we're just going to keep putting names in an envelope. Oh, we're going to get this one. Oh, we're going to get this one. Oh, definitely going to get this one, right? And we just keep making envelopes of names. Then when we realize, wow, there is, true. I swear to God, there is no emergency. They just do that when I'm talking on the phone. They just come by my house. Okay. Anyway, so what they're going to do is, what military strategists would do this, right? Now, instead of just taking people out systematically and quietly, now I know, okay, there's 300,000, of them. They all have their own mercenaries, right? And now we're going to take all of them out at the same time, or whatever the heck the plan is there. And then we're going to bog down the legal system. So, and then every day we're going to just count up all the people that are dying. This is a delay tactic. It's not a master mechanism. It's not a master plan of the good guys. It's the same worn out garbage plan of the bad guys that's possibly being reissued because that's all people know. But it's not a master plan. They don't know how to plan because someone else always plans stuff for them. And the one who planned it for them, he planned it to keep them busy until we all die.
Right.
And it's still happening. It's not masterful to have 110,000 sealed indictments. It's useless because there's at least 110,000 people out there who they know are murderers and pedophiles and laundering money and slave owners and involved in all types of horrible things. They're still out there, still hurting kids.
I get it. I really do. But I think that what they're looking at is if it means that they can actually be successful in stopping the cabal, then they're taking this road. So I'd like it to be done right now. I mean, I'm ready. I'd cheer them on, but I'll use those words. I know you don't like them. Trust the plan.
But I keep telling you, keep saying that. But I've already proven the plan that they had is not the plan. The master plan of the White Hats. I worked with the White Hats directly. This isn't like secondhand experience. I worked with these guys all the time. Mm-hmm. I was constantly the next steps of their operation. I knew them as they were happening. So what I'm saying is those are the same ones who were taking orders directly from the Chinese elders with stacks of dinar. Yeah. And they cut me off finally. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, well,
I get it. I get it. And there's plans and there's other plans. I think that there are different plans. I think that there is the Tesla plan, right? And I think that plan understood that there's a cabal plan and worked within it to compromise it along the way. But we can.
I believe that. No, I believe that. But there has to be a plan from the other side. I'm just saying that if Tesla's plan was, the sealed indictment plan, sucks. Sorry, sucks, because it's what's happening in the meantime is the hope, the faith, the heart, all the things that are beautiful and incredible about humanity, right? You wear out. You wear it out.
I need to tell you something, and I just recall, and I should have, I forgot to do something. Timothy wants to speak with you, from Wits Ministries.
Okay.
He's in America right now. Anyway, I will go ahead and pass his phone number over to you in case he doesn't have it. So you might want to expect it. And anyway, because since we brought up Tesla, I went, I should. I forgot because he just contacted me yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I want to go through a couple more things in our chat room. One is the Space Force flag. John Mello was saying he looked at it, he was upset with it and hurt to see that there was gold fringe on the people's flag. Enough was enough. So anyway, I'm pulling this up on screen right now so people can see it. It's it's a white flag with a round emblem in the center, but there's the gold fringe around it. So that means maritime, and I'm just wondering, that is it required to be maritime in regards to the apparatus of what's being set up? I don't know. Because it's oceans, right? And so is space, an extension of another ocean. You know what I mean? Is that what's being looked at? To keep things under maritime in space. I don't know if it's part of it or not. But anyway, that's just something I wanted to bring up because that is interesting.
I listened to Kim, and she described this. And basically, what Marduk would do is he would create all of these, nonsensical, things that would become doctrine, right? Like when we get completely inundated, and they would make a joke. It was a joke to them, right? Things like the gold fringe on the flag, because there is no consistency to it. I understand why people get upset by it. But I'm telling you, the people at the top of the order, they created all of these things to get us in a tizzy and an uproar.
Okay.
Thinking that if we see the flag without this, yes. Because think about that. How many times have we seen that without them? Because they could have two different people speaking, both on the same team, and they just take the fringe off the flags, and your hardcore, historians will be like, see, there it is. I knew it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have the same meaning anymore. Yeah. We have to take our symbolism back. If it means something to you, then make it mean something to you. But it doesn't mean what you think it means, because this was a joke to them. All of the things that we want to fight in legal courts, they don't mean a thing if at the highest levels of government that supersede our government by far, if they are not either eliminated or in agreement, right? Now, we have the very top level taken care of, the sovereign monarch level, because there is no draconian government on the planet anymore. And then you have whatever I forget what it is after that. It's like the Dragon Family Society, whatever, their law. Then you have the statutory laws, right? The statutory laws, you can just as easily call them slave laws. So it doesn't matter if you call it maritime or what you call it. It was all global martial law, which is just slave law. It was humanitarian law, right?
So long as you're basically dealing, want to deal in that space of maritime law or standing, there, you're playing that game. So yeah, I get it. I want to bring up another point in our chat room. Is that they're asking me, well, what did I say about the GCR? And then Robert, Allen said, I was joking about the GCR. Actually, this time I wasn't actually joking. We really got the call about contracts on Monday. Do I believe it? No. Do I believe the call? The people on the other end believe that the call is real? Yes, I believe they think that it's going to happen. I do not believe it. So
let me give everybody another public service warning. Okay, no, seriously, this is dangerous, and I want people to know.
Okay, go ahead.
I got contacted by another gentleman in our network. He was contacted, and he was told, we have this money for you, to get you started, to get you over the hump, whatever, right? Grant money. It'll be $90,000, right? And he goes, great. I would love to get that in a cashier's check. They said, no, it has to be in cash. Now, if anybody tries to give you cash, do not let them. That's number one. Number two, especially if they say that you have to like send them some kind of money through the post office, right? That you have to send them money through the post office. Because what that would do is it would show evidence that you were complicit in a scheme to possess counterfeit money, right? And you'll be taken in by Homeland Security. That's one thing they could do. The other thing they'll do is they'll just show up, take the money, you know, just so they can have it, so they can launder the money, right? Now they have a pathway that they can blame at you and blackmail you with at any time. These are all things going on, by the way. These are actively taking place right now. I mean, with people I know, I've talked to. So you might think it's the GCR, but it might just be that they're taking you out. So, FYI.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's going to be, you know, happening. But if it was to happen, it's not going to be on the scale that everyone was promised, right? It's all going to be something else. It's going to be a bait and switch, and yeah, you know, picking up cash. I mean, can you really think about that, right? You're actually you're actually supposed to pick up cash, really? I'm sorry. It needs to be in the bank and officially coming from clean and clear sources, right?
Listen, I know everybody is desperate for money right now. I am begging you, do not sign anything. Don't sign anything, and don't take any cash. And don't go to an exchange center. Do not. It will not end well. I'm telling you, it doesn't end well. Don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't go to Walmart.
Yeah. If you find out the exchange center is at a Walmart, take your family and get out of state, get new phones, and dye your hair because you are a target. Not really, but I mean maybe, but
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. Oh well. Well, I think we covered everything in the chat room. So, is there anything else coming up this week or this weekend? Yeah.
yes. Not that I can talk about. So
Okay.
not yet. So but the things I do know are amazing, and there's a whole lot of stuff that I wish I knew too. By the way, you know, if I knew it though, I'd tell you. But I just, you know, I have what I have, and the next steps, I'm not sure. You know, some of the things I wasn't told not to share, but they seem sensitive to me, and I don't know. I don't want to.
I got you. Well, let's call it a show here, and then I need to speak with you offline also. So let's end, and I'll call you right back, and then.
All right. Actually, Dan, you have to wait an hour. I have another appointment right now.
Oh, that's fine. Good. That's fine. An hour from now is great. All right,
All
everyone.
right, everybody have a great night. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks. Goodbye, everyone. Be sure to subscribe, share, positive comments, thumbs up. Bye-bye.